What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you guys drop a comment. Listen, y'all. Crazy, crazy, crazy video for y'all to think about. Not too many people actually think about this. There is a few of us that open our minds to things and see what's really going on. So water makes up 70% of this earth, right? So what do? And they're not stupid. Get their brains together and come up with a way to make us have to pay for that water. Put it in a nice pretty bottle and sell it. When I was younger, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, and now that I think about it, like, it was kind of crazy for us to do this, but it kind of made sense. When we used to go camping when I was younger, we used to go to the springs. Okay, it was this little area that had like the freshest water. And we would get our own jugs. We'd clear out like the milk jug, clean it out real good. And we would get our own spring water. We wouldn't have to pay for water. Not realizing when it's running down the stream how many particles, microscopic particles, could be in that. Like, it didn't run off a perfectly clean surface. It ran from the wooded area. But we didn't think nothing of that. I mean, it was still, it tasted so, I don't even know how I could say it tasted so fresh because but it tasted so pure and so clean. Nowadays, I don't really see people doing stuff like that. Like, I've never heard of anybody going to get actual spring water. You could buy it in the store. There you go. It says spring water, and then there's distilled water. I don't know, y'all. But anyway, so that's one. Two is Wi-Fi. Why do we have to pay you to get something that's free up there? Satellites. Now, we supposedly have 8 satellites. How do you think we're getting Wi-Fi? We could actually, technically, we should be able to get it for free, but people slap the label on it, slap the company name on it, and they're selling it. Wood. There are people and companies that cut down trees, which trees are alive. Trees produce oxygen. So you're cutting down trees, cutting all the trees up into firewood, bundling it, and selling it. Mulch. Now, I know I might be going a little bit far-fetched, but mulch. Rubber mulch is made from tires. They put them into a bag and sell it. Y'all, I got 2 tires sitting in my backyard right now. I could cut that up into little pieces. And I have my own mulch. They charge you $1, anywhere between $1 to $3 to dispose of tires. When all they're doing is giving them to these companies or selling them as a whole to these companies, they're bagging them up and they're selling them to you. And I think when I bought them the last time, I think they were like $4 a bag. And you get like, I mean, a pretty decent sized bag. Like, I think I bought like 4 or 5 bags, and I did like the whole front of my patio. But then I just went to regular mulch because it ended up coming out cheaper. Because it was like 2 something a bag instead of like $4.89 or $4.99 a bag or something like that. So the real mulch was actually cheaper. The only thing is that they say about the real mulch is that cats use them as litter boxes. So if you have stray cats that are around your area, that they could use that as a litter box, which is not a good idea for you because then it makes your mulch nasty. But anyway, the only thing that's bad about real mulch is it sticks. Like it's, ugh. But the rubber mulch is supposed to last longer, but I found out that that's not true because when I bought it, within a year, it was all faded. Which, okay, common sense, like the sun, well, whatever they call that up there. Um, it like it discolored it because I think it was like brown mulch, but by that next summer it was like tan. Whatever. It is what it is. So anyway, yeah, y'all, I need y'all to drop a comment. Water should be free. Why shy? Why shy? Why shy should be free. Wi-Fi should be free. Mulch you can make your own if you have the tool to cut up the tire because the tires are thick. Um, what else did I say, y'all? I don't even remember what else I said. But drop it in the comments. Drop in the comments and let me know what you guys think because it's kind of crazy if you really sit back and think about it. This is what I want y'all to do. Sit back and really think right now about everything that I talked about and tell me how much sense it makes that those things should be free. I mean, like it's crazy. It's crazy when you really think about it because like maybe we should go back to getting our own spring water because you can now they have the filters on the little containers, so you could pour that spring water that you get and just put it in a Brita or whatever they're called, whatever filter you guys have, and it filters it. So you would never have to pay for water again. You would just have to find these springs because, like I said, I haven't heard from them. Like, haven't heard of any of them. The one, the one that we went to was a popular place. Everybody used to go there. There used to be cars lined up, and when we get out of the car, we're like, oh. That's why we would try to be as early as possible because then we ain't gotta, wait for everybody else to get done. But it was kind of a nice scenery too, because it had like a little waterfall, and then there was the spring that came off to where people, can go get their water and stuff. Nobody was like dunking their jugs in water because there was like a little, I would call it like a little lake, like a little pond, where all the water would go. But nobody was doing that. Everybody was getting it fresh from the waterfall. So they would just hold their jugs up and do it that way. Um, but I'm still here today. I'm still ticking. So obviously the water wasn't that bad. Now water is so contaminated that, like, I don't know, you can't even trust water or food anymore. Not even fruits. Unless you grow it yourself. Crazy thing. Here's a little story. My neighbor grows her own fruit, okay, and vegetables. We have families of raccoons, we have possums, we have skunks, we have cats, and her garden isn't closed. Like it's a little fence, but animals can still get into it. And she has told me that she had to actually get rid of some of her fruit in that because there was marks, like bite marks on it. And like, if I do that, like I'll make a mini greenhouse if I had to. But like I'm not too big on growing my own fruit. Like I do believe that the fruits in the stores are contaminated with something, but like when I come home, my first thing that I do is I break down my ground meat, I break down my hot sausage, whatever I buy, because if I buy it in bulk, I break it down because I don't want to have to thaw out a whole big, huge thing of ground meat if it's only me. So I break it down. So if I get like a 5 pound package, I'll break them down into like 1 pound. Like I'll do 4 1 pound ones, and then the last one will be a little over 4 pounds. I mean, a little over a pound. Um, so yeah, my phone has not stopped ringing. It's been nonstop for the past 3 days. My phone has rang and rang and rang and rang. And these are random numbers. There's New Mexico, there's Tennessee, there's Milwaukee. Like, come on now. I don't know nobody there. So I just take, every time somebody calls me, I just take and block it. Whatever. Out of my eye. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I will see you guys in the next video. But listen, make sure y'all drop a comment because I want to hear what y'all have to say. I want to hear if you agree with me, if you think that that stuff should be free or not. Alright, y'all. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. So y'all, make sure y'all stay tuned to the next video because this is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's funny to me because, like, I know it's a lie. But so many people are believing this. Alright, y'all, so make sure y'all stay tuned.